With its quaint countryside, rolling vineyards, Roman ruins, and incredible architecture, it's no wonder France has become one of the world's most popular travel destinations. This heavenly slice we're exploring starts in a foodie's heaven in Lyon and goes all the way through to Arles, the location of some of Van Gogh's most famous paintings. And surely there's no better way to explore it than gliding along a river, taking in its beauty at every turn. Lyon is the third largest city in France and an important hub for arts, winemaking, and of course, gastronomy. From here, we'll spend the next 8 days cruising along the Saône and Rhône rivers aboard the magnificent Emerald Liberté, traveling north on the Saône before meandering our way south to our final destination, Arles. Our first stop along the river is Beaune, delivering all the magic of the French countryside. Cobblestone pathways, storybook charm, knights in shining armor, maybe. And of course, wine. So much wine. We're in the wine capital of Burgundy. A visit to Beaune generally begins right here at the Hôtel d'Ille, a medieval hospital complex at the center of the old town. The former hospital now serves as a museum, as well as being one of the finest examples of 15th century Burgundy architecture.
So this rooftop is probably the main reasons why people come to Burgundy.
So they come for wine and to see this rooftop?
Most definitely for wine, but this is the most visited site in Burgundy, and very likely one of the most visited sites in all of France.
In the 1400s, Beaune was a place of suffering and famine. So the hospice was created by the former Chancellor of Burgundy as something of a sanctuary.
So Nicolas Rolin, the founder of the Hôtel Dieu, wanted to create a palace for the poor. So this room, like a cathedral, like a palace, with great luxury that, of course, the poor had never experienced in their lives. So many people notice how short the beds are. Well, you didn't need the length, not just because they were short, but in the Middle Ages, you did not sleep lying down. You only laid out flat when you were dead. So you didn't need the length of the beds because you were sitting up with big pillows, and the cord was to pull yourself up if you'd slip down, either to sleep or to eat.
So this was actually Beaune's main hospital,
yes,
but until the 19th century?
Until 1971, and
wow,
using these beds as they are. So I would not have been happy in those beds.
But of course, Beaune is best known for its wine, being one of the oldest and most celebrated wine regions in France.
So the Burgundy Aligoté with 100% of Aligoté come from Burgundy.
Despite growing wine for centuries, Burgundy has only recently found its way onto the global wine map.
But interesting, when you think of the history that it's been 2,000 years that they've been making wine, but because Burgundy is the most landlocked wine region in France, it was so hard to get wine out of Burgundy that it's really been only the last few decades that the world has sat up and taken notice of Burgundy.
This is a lovely way to spend an afternoon.
And it is very healthy for you. It makes you happy, and it clears your arteries.
Is that
so
true?
You get to eat lots of cheese and drink lots of wine
I'll tell
to
that
be
to
healthy.
My doctor.
There you go.
There's a real sense of balance on a trip like this. You can go outside, explore, do all the activities you want. And when you come back on board, you can slow down the pace, relax, and just take in the view. Emerald Liberté has just 67 guest cabins, making it an intimate and personalized cruising experience. These panorama balcony suites with drop-down windows offer endless views of the surrounding French countryside. As the sun rises on another glorious day in the French region of Provence. Emerald Liberté delivers us to yet another of its most beautiful riverside towns. So this is Peru.
Yes, this is Peru,
This is
one
cool.
of the nicest villages of France.
Yeah.
So you see, we enter here through the first ramparts, and then you will see the main tower protecting the entrance of the village. And as the church was far in the valley, they said, let's make one in the fortified area, and they constructed this one during the 1400s. Very unusual church, because located in the middle of the ramparts and not orientated to the east side.
The village of Perouge is considered a Gothic treasure, having remained relatively unchanged since the Middle Ages. So this is a typical medieval village. It's beautiful, Aurelie.
Yeah, it was created during the 1100s. And we can see this beautiful architecture with the crossed windows, you see, stones everywhere, the specific bricks. So it's just a very nice place.
Well, Aurelie, I love Perouge, but this is the one thing you've told me I should try.
Exactly. When you come here, it's a tradition to eat a piece of galette of Perouge, this kind of sugar pizza, and then to drink a glass of this very good sweet, sparkling rosé wine.
Yeah. Should we try it?
Yes, of course. You like that?
Yeah, I love it. It looks like pizza, but it does not taste like pizza.
So actually, it's a very old traditional pie. We mix mainly sugar and butter.
Of
and
course.
then, yeah, it's cooked in the oven, in the chimney, and we have just a beautiful caramelized pie.
The market square is the historic center of town and the main gathering place for over 6 centuries.
So here was a very active city, and it's very interesting to know that at the end of the 19th century, because of the industrial revolution and the construction of the railways at the bottom of the hill and in the valley, the people abandoned the place. And then the family of Thibault, the last family of the people living here, they had to find a solution to save the place.
Well, we're so lucky that they saved it and we can sit here and have the galette and drink our wine.
Yeah.
Back on board Emerald Liberté, we're sailing south down the Rhône to Tournon. If you're like me and like a few extra scoops of ice cream on holiday, that's okay. There's loads of activities to keep you busy. Hiking, kayaking, and of course, biking. Au revoir. Emerald Active is a program for the more energetic guests. Hiking through the vineyards is just one of the options on offer, but I've decided to grab one of the bikes on board and explore more of this region. So we're surrounded by beautiful vineyards here.
Yes, well, as we are sailing on this river stretch, we're actually visiting 2 famous wine regions of France.
Yeah.
Starting on the north, Burgundy. We're sailing towards south, Provence. And right now, we are in the middle, the home of Shiraz.
Home of Shiraz, that's impressive. It's so easy though, this bike ride. It's nice and flat.
Yeah, it's interesting how the whole project started when every town and village made their own kind of a cycle lane. And all of a sudden, they all came together to build like the longest, I think it's the longest bike trail in the world, starting all the way in Switzerland, Geneva, going all the way to Marseille.
Wow. Dražen, what are these fruit trees here?
These are the orchards, apricot orchards.
Apricot orchard.
Yes.
Look at these. Freshly picked apricots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yum. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
So good. I think I could eat like 10 of these.
Oh, yeah.
This is a real treat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Woo! Oh my God! That was good. Put her in the slips. Oh my God. Join Emerald Cruises on a luxury France river cruise through Provence and Burgundy. All meals with complimentary drinks at lunch and dinner, plus many shore excursions are included. Secure your unforgettable 2024 or 2025 departure today with super early bird savings up to $1,800 per person. Getaway viewers can save an additional $250 per person off the Emerald Cruises River Cruise Collection. For more information, visit emeraldcruises.com.au/getaway offer. Call 1300 390 386 or speak to your travel advisor. Welcome back to the south of France and our Emerald Cruises journey through the very dreamy region of Provence. Holidaying is all about balance, and the fabulous dining on board is complemented by wellness offerings like daily yoga and a heated resistance pool. With a maximum of just 132 guests, one of the best things about traveling on a small river ship is the direct access to charming little towns like this.
Liz and Lizzy and Vivian. Yeah. How good is this? The sun is shining, birds are chirping, and we've got this beautiful, quaint French village up ahead.
Yes, and that is where the village originated. In 475, the bishop came here and settled in Viviers. He settled up there on that rocky outcrop, so he's away from the flooding here from the Rhone. But also, it was a way of making himself visible.
Oh,
you know, I'm the lord around here.
Oh, yeah? Why not?
Viviers' strategic position on the Rhone made it a rich and thriving city during the Middle Ages. The town was divided into the upper city for the bishop and his clergymen and the lower city for the common folk.
Just imagine, if you'd come here 500-600 years ago, you'd have had this high rock here with the bishop perched up there, enclosed within the precinct. And here, well, the lower town, all the walls of the lower town surrounding it here. It doesn't look as though the walls were there, but those houses were built up against those walls, and you can actually follow where the line of the walls was.
These days, it's an open-air museum of medieval architecture and a delightful place to spend a few hours.
There you've got the pulley systems, yeah.
Further down the Rhone is the historic town of Avignon. This is such a beautiful way to explore Avignon.
Yeah, this is a great way to do it.
With a full day to explore, I've signed up to spend the morning on a guided canoe tour. So peaceful here, but then right up ahead you can see the spire of a church.
Yeah, that's the northern end of Avignon. We're nearing the town's edges.
Ooh.
Let's imagine this bridge is a bit of a statement back in medieval times.
And how old is the bridge?
Late 1100s.
So it's doing pretty well, considering.
It's doing pretty well, yeah. You know, 4 arches out of 22 remaining.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, yeah. It's not bad.
Paddling under the iconic Avignon Bridge is certainly an experience to remember. I love the reflection of the water underneath the bridge. You certainly wouldn't get that from up top.
Yeah, look, and wait for it. You might get an echo there as you chat.
Hello.
There we go. Bonjour. Hello.
Oh, there you go. You got it. That was very cool. While the bridge has become Avignon's trademark, the main attraction lies within the city walls. The Palais de Pape, the Pope's Palace. It's a bit hard to miss, isn't it?
It is a bit hard to miss. It dominates, you know, the historic centre of town.
During the 1300s, 7 consecutive popes resided in Avignon rather than Rome.
You know, just like any leader that's threatened by war, by civil war, they were sort of forced to find a bit of refuge, and Avignon became that refuge.
And they were housed in what is now known as the Pope's Palace, one of the largest medieval Gothic buildings in Europe. So it's been a palace, a barracks, and now it's sort of a centre for tourism.
But also art and culture.
Palace for the people, more so.
Well, palace to the... Yep, why not? I like that turn of
You like
phrase.
that?
I like it, I do like it.
We could rebrand.
Yeah.
As well as its architecture and rich history, the Provence region of France is renowned for its culinary scene. An absolute highlight of the cruise is having celebrated French chef Fabien Moriel come aboard to whip up a 3-course Provençal-style menu.
I try to propose at the customer the typical Provençal dinner, and with only all local products. And but I had my touch. I want to show at the people we have a very nice recipe, old recipe, but with a new presentation and a little bit new touch of Fabien.
But the dining experience isn't the only thing wowing the guests.
The thing that we like being on the ship is the fact that we can go on and off, and being on the river, it's so calm, it's quiet, so there's that sense of tranquility, but you still can get to meet so many different people. Yeah. That's what we've enjoyed.
I looked at going up early morning and sitting up there on my own.
Yeah.
You get a bit quiet.
I've seen you there.
Yeah, quiet time. You sit up there on the ship, and I love to see a watch turn in the morning, and then it's so quiet.
We've reached the final leg of our Emerald Cruises journey down the Rhone, and the spectacular scenery of Provence continues to deliver. Many towns claim to be the most beautiful in all of France, but Le Beau most certainly deserves to be amongst them. Clinging to a rocky outcrop, almost 250 metres above sea level, this tiny medieval town commands some of the best views in all of Provence.
It really is the views that make this village a popular destination. Everybody's got a different definition of Provence. Here, it will be the landscape, the views. This will be Provence.
The village has a long and colourful history, and what remains stands as a testament to its turbulent past.
Looking at this vantage point, this castle was quite the statement.
Yeah, it is. I mean, only stubs of it are left now, but it just gives you enough of an idea that this was a very prestigious village in the 1200s. You know, 3,000 people lived up here, you know, on this escarpment. So it gives you an idea how powerful, how wealthy, how bustling, how rich this village would have been.
These days, it's a buzz with tourists.
So one thing you've got to try in Provence, nougat, traditional dessert, all the way
delicious.
from antiquity. Yes, it is very delicious. Very simple ingredients.
Bonjour.
Popular during medieval times with the clergy because its colour is white. But like there's many variations, of course, today. You've got lots of different types of nuts, pistachios, you know, lavender, all sorts of varieties to tempt you. So yeah, go ahead, try it. Yeah, try it.
It's delicious. Merci.
Yeah, merci.
Thank you.
Yeah.
After 8 days cruising the Rhone, Emerald Liberté's final port of call is the ancient city of Arles. In Roman times, every important town had an amphitheatre, and the sheer size of the Colosseum in Arles is an indication of just how significant this town once was.
Oh, wow. I feel like I'm in history.
Yeah,
right here.
I think you are.
Yeah, 2,000 years of it.
Yeah, and it's still going.
So we're in the centre of Arles.
That's right, literally the historic centre because we're in a square where the old ancient Roman Forum used to be. Arles is an amazing town in that respect. It's got these layers of history that you can, you know, walk through. Like, you don't have to look very far.
With its cobbled laneways, Roman ruins and stone houses, it's easy to see how Arles charmed Vincent van Gogh and lured him away from Paris.
Vincent was inspired by the light of Arles. He was also inspired by this act of creation. He wanted to create this community of artists. Okay, he found it in Paris, but Paris didn't have the right light. So he wanted to come down here and see if he could find that community. And today we can definitely say that Vincent made Arles. Okay, without him, Arles wouldn't be the same.
Vincent spent more than a year in Arles, considered to have been a productive, but ultimately troubled time.
So we're at the Espace de Van Gogh, so Van Gogh's hospital, and this is the location where he spent some time recovering.
Yes, well, he was a troubled soul, source of his originality maybe, but this is where he spent time to recuperate.
Isn't that incredible? We're standing in one of his paintings.
Yeah, he hasn't left many monuments to his name, Vincent, but he has left quite a bit of imagination to Arles as a town, and it still attracts us, you know, to see what he saw.
It feels like only yesterday that I was wandering through the secret passageways in Lyon's old town. I've experienced so much on this trip, from canoeing and cycling through the French countryside to sampling the best food and wine Provence has to offer. This entire journey has been nothing short of incredible. Join Emerald Cruises on a luxury France river cruise through Provence and Burgundy. All meals with complimentary drinks at lunch and dinner, plus many shore excursions are included. Secure your unforgettable 2024 or 2025 departure today with super early bird savings up to $1,800 per person. Getaway viewers can save an additional $250 per person off the Emerald Cruises River Cruise Collection. For more information, visit emeraldcruises.com.au/getaway offer. Call 1300 390 386 or speak to your travel advisor.